Many believe that intelligent people simply possess more information, more data, more solutions, more of everything. However, that is not the case. The actual distinction is not their knowledge. It is their mindset, their view of obstacles, and their management of situations that overwhelm others. You do not require a flawless memory or top grades to be considered bright. You simply need to adopt the mental habits of the wise. Today, I will demonstrate 5 basic ways that intelligent individuals utilize their minds differently. These are not difficult to acquire, yet the majority of people never discover them. If you implement these practices, you will see immediate improvements. Others will begin seeking your perspective. Challenges will no longer cause as much anxiety, and you will feel more in command of your life. Let's get started. First, they do not struggle to be correct. This is a common error most people commit. When someone holds a different view, they turn the situation into a conflict. They argue, they become resentful. They attempt to prove that the other individual is incorrect. However, intelligent people take a completely different approach. Instead of clashing, they ask questions. They ask genuine questions, not traps meant to embarrass someone. They say things such as, "Help me grasp why you feel that way," or "What experiences led you to that viewpoint?" They are not attempting to win an argument. They are attempting to gain knowledge, and here is the surprising part. When you cease fighting and begin inquiring, people actually start to listen. They do not become defensive, they become open. That is when authentic dialogue occurs. That is when perspectives shift. Wise people understand this secret. You cannot force someone to agree with you, but you can assist them in exploring their own thoughts. And when they do, they frequently change their own opinions. Second, they maintain a broad perspective. Most individuals get stuck on minor difficulties. They fail an exam and conclude they are unintelligent. Someone rejects them and they feel they are without value. They experience one difficult day and assume everything is collapsing. But intelligent people pull back like a camera lens. They do not just see one poor grade, they see a trend. Perhaps they need to adjust their study habits. Perhaps they require more rest. Perhaps they need assistance with a specific subject. They do not view rejection as evidence of inadequacy. They view it as data. What can be learned? What can be attempted next time? When you broaden your view, problems turn into puzzles, and puzzles have solutions. Intelligent people ask themselves, what is actually happening here? What can I influence? What should I try next? They do not panic. They strategize. Third, they focus only on things they can influence. This point is massive. Most people squander so much vitality worrying about factors they cannot control, such as what their peers think, the weather forecast, their employer's mood, or potential future mishaps. All that anxiety achieves nothing except leaving them exhausted and tense. Wise individuals follow a simple guideline. If I cannot control it, I do not dwell on it. Instead, they concentrate on what they can manage. They cannot control the rain, but they can carry an umbrella. They cannot control public opinion, but they can choose to be decent and sincere. They cannot control if they are hired, but they can control their preparation for the interview. This conserves a great deal of energy. Energy they can apply to actually resolving issues and improving their circumstances. When you stop fretting over everything, you start fixing the things that truly matter. Fourth, they utilize silence as an instrument. Most people are intimidated by quiet moments. When a gap occurs in a conversation, they hurry to fill it. They say the first thing that enters their mind. They speak simply for the sake of speaking. But intelligent people are comfortable with silence. They reflect before they speak. They listen far more than they talk. They allow others to finish their thoughts completely. And here is an interesting fact. Silence causes people to pay attention. When you pause before responding, people assume your answer carries weight. When you listen without interrupting, people feel truly heard. Quiet individuals often appear more capable than loud ones, not because they possess more facts, but because they select their words with care. Try this. The next time someone poses a question, count to 3 before you reply. You will be surprised by how much more effective your answers become. Fifth, they hesitate before they react. This might be the most crucial point of all. Most people respond to everything instantly. If someone cuts them off in traffic, they become angry immediately. If someone says something unkind, they snap back. If things go wrong, they complain or quit. But intelligent people do something else. They pause. When something irritates them, they take a breath. They ask themselves, is this worth my emotional energy? What is the most effective way to handle this? When someone is discourteous, they do not retaliate. They think, this person might be having a difficult day. How can I reply in a way that is helpful? This is not about being passive. It is about being strategic. The person who remains composed while everyone else becomes emotional is the one with the power. The person who thinks while others react is the one who makes superior choices. Here is what all of this signifies. You do not need to be the loudest voice in the room. You do not need to possess all the answers. You do not need top-tier grades or an expensive degree. You simply need to think differently than the majority. Ask questions instead of debating. Look for trends instead of panicking over isolated issues. Focus on what you can manage and release what you cannot. Become comfortable with quiet moments and hesitate before you react to any situation. Most people will not adopt these habits. They will continue to argue, worry, and react to every event. But if you implement these 5 practices, something remarkable will happen. You will begin to see solutions where others see obstacles. You will remain steady when others become stressed. You will make better choices because you are thinking, not just reacting. People will start coming to you for guidance. They will want to know how you remain so composed under pressure. And the best part is, none of this requires being born with special talents. It just requires you to pay attention, to think before acting, and to choose your responses. That is the essence of real intelligence. And now you understand how to develop it. Here is what I want you to do right now. Select just one of these 5 habits. Do not attempt to master them all at once. That is how most people fail. Perhaps you want to start pausing before you react, or maybe you want to practice asking questions instead of arguing. Pick one and focus on it for the upcoming week. And here is something that will help you stay committed. Click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Why? Because I produce videos like this every week. Videos that assist you in thinking better, feeling more confident, and managing life's obstacles. When you subscribe, you are not just getting more content. You are joining a group of people who want to evolve and think differently. Also, if this video was helpful, give it a like. It helps other people discover these concepts as well. And leave a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 habits you are going to attempt first. I read every single comment, and I enjoy hearing about your development. Remember, you do not need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to start thinking differently, one habit at a time. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.